So GrubTerra sent me this hemp bedding. It's a newer product of theirs a little while back, and they just wanted me to test it out with my chickens, see how it goes, and then do kind of a product review video on it. I'm back in Wisconsin for a few days, as some of you may notice. Currently in the middle of a 1-year internship down in Missouri on a farm down there at Green Pastures Farm, grazing a bunch of cattle, running about 80 sheep. That's been super exciting. However, I got a few days off to come up here to Wisconsin to visit family. So I'm taking the opportunity to make this video while I'm up here. Chickens are laying their eggs on the floor apparently, even though we've got 4 nesting boxes. Only one would have been taken at the time. Goofy chickens. Well, anyways, I wanted to talk about this hemp bedding a little bit and it versus straw. First off, I will say it's a lot more coarse than the straw. Probably a little bit dustier, although I wouldn't say it's extremely dusty. It does feel like it would be nice and absorbent. They've been using it for a while here with the chickens, kind of just mixed in with the straw. As far as smell goes, it's not that different from straw. I mean, it's kind of almost like wood pulp, really. I mean, it really honestly doesn't have an odor, which is good. As long as it is a good carbon source for your chicken manure, I don't see why it wouldn't work well at stopping the odor of the manure. So the 3-barred rocks, Blackie, Whitey, and then Cackle, they're gonna be 7 years old in about a month here. For my setup, I don't mind having the straw be a little bit bigger. You can get some chopped straw from like farm supply stores, and they will have coarser straw than like how we get it by the bale. I get it by the bale because it's just so much cheaper than buying it at the farm supply store. And I don't mind the bigger pieces. It holds up as mulch a little bit longer for use in the garden. The reason I get it from the farmers is it's $5 for a square bale. From the guy I get it from the farm supply store, it was $10 for a bale of chopped straw that had actual less overall volume in it than one of those. So we just were spending hundreds of dollars on bedding every winter for 8 to 10 chickens, and I was like, well, if I can buy this stuff and support a local guy that I know and get it for $5 a bale, we literally cut our chicken bedding bill in about it was about half. Actually, I think we ended up spending a little less than half. It was under $100 last winter for all their bedding for the winter, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be going back to farm supply store animal bedding anytime soon, hopefully ever. Looks like the ground is starting to thaw out, starting to get workable here in northern Wisconsin. They'll probably be planting peas pretty soon. I know they got some seeds started in the house ready for the garden this summer. I won't be doing nearly as much with it since I'm down in Missouri. I'm just off on vacation for a few days, so figured I'd do a video on chickens and some of what they got going on. That's going to be a nice compost pile for us right there. Another thing I'd like to talk about is the cost of the GrubTerra bedding. I believe it runs right around $60 a bale. So by the time you look at shipping and tax, you're going to be right around, I believe it's over $80. So that is some pretty expensive stuff. I will say it's pretty good, pretty darn good bedding. Maybe if you've only got a few chickens, I think it can definitely work great for you. But for me, I just couldn't justify spending the money on that stuff. I'd probably be $500 easy in bedding on a winter if I had to buy all that hemp bedding from GrubTerra to keep my chickens comfy all winter long. So I'm going to be sticking with straw bedding. However, I did enjoy testing it, so thank you to GrubTerra for sending me that bale. I really appreciate it. I definitely can say that their product is a good product. However, you just have to look at the expense of it and see if it's worth it or not for you to use it for your chickens. And honestly, for the most part, it's held up very well. It is pretty good stuff. Not super dusty at all. Really absorbent. I will say for nesting boxes, ooh, there's another egg. That's 3 eggs today. I will say for nesting boxes, the straw is probably a better option than the Grub Terra hemp bedding, just for the fact longer pieces, a little better for nesting with. It's got that insulating factor to it as well, so if you want to keep your eggs from freezing in the winter time, the straw does help out quite a bit. I noticed compared to stuff like pine shavings and probably even this hemp bedding. But I think the hemp bedding, if it was the only thing you had, you definitely could use it in your nesting boxes and it wouldn't be a huge deal. I think the chickens would still enjoy using your nesting boxes with the hemp bedding. Apparently Tilly even eats some of the hemp bedding. She's always kind of been a bit of a weird one for eating some interesting stuff, whether it's wood chips or now even hemp bedding apparently. They're gonna be 7 years old in about a month here. And the rest of the chickens are approaching 3 years old. So we are going to be getting 4 more barred rocks, it sounds like. It's baby chicks to raise them up. That way we got some good egg layers coming into entering the laying pipeline. That's going to be good to have. As I'm sure all of you know, egg prices are skyrocketing. You're lucky to be able to even find conventional eggs in the store that aren't even that great for under $8 a dozen these days. So having your own backyard flock, I definitely think you can not only just save your own money, but also produce a better product for yourself, your family, and your friends, while producing compost and manure for your garden at the same time.